how exactly do you create company culture, particularly when you have two things kind of working against company culture, which is explosive growth, right? That's hard enough even if you were all in one city in one building, but you're not, right? You're remote.
It's a great question. We entered pandemic when we were around 220 people, and actually now we're more than 750 people. So
wow.
We like almost quadrupled during this time. And we believe that the culture starts with values and starts with the leaders you bring into the company. For example, we built peer learning groups. So what it means is that when people join the company, there is a special person who is doing the whole onboarding into the company culture. And these peer learning groups happen for a couple of weeks. And we connect together like engineer from Amsterdam, salesperson from Austin, marketing person from San Francisco, and finance person from, let's say, New York together.
You have a lot of companies having to rethink what is the future going to look like. We're seeing a lot of companies come up with a hybrid model, come 3 days a week. So what is it going to be for Miro?
Yeah, we believe in hybrid work. We believe that this local communities in hubs can be a very powerful thing, where people can feel each other back, where people can connect socially, where some ad hoc creativity happens, like water cooler type of creativity and conversations, where there can be cross-pollination of information between people. We're going to have this hybrid work. We already have 9 hubs. We're in the process of opening another 2 these days, so it will be 11 hubs across the globe. And we expect that people would be 3 days in the office and a couple of days working from anywhere.
2 years ago, it's like, there's no way you're going to raise 10, 20, $30 million from Silicon Valley unless you go to Silicon Valley. But now we're seeing companies do it left and right because it's the only way. So do you think, like, how do you value the process of getting funding? Do you think it's changed?
I was raising before pandemic, and I didn't go to Silicon Valley to raise funds. I can share that both fundraisers that we had with round A and round B, partners travel and fly to the place where I was at that time. I can tell you that I'm trying to build the inbound mentality in the company and with myself. So where all things in ideal world come to you. So when you build a product and then you think how to make an inbound marketing, so your people will discover your product or have a word of mouth. And then how you build the kind of HR brand that people would love to apply for jobs in your company. I was trying to build a company that will acquire interest from outside and where investors will kind of reach out to us versus we will go and try fundraise from them.
What is one thing you really look for in hiring people? You said that your hiring process is very robust and it's one of those, you know, companies that you do multiple rounds and meet multiple people, which is great. So what do you look for when it comes to hiring the right person?
There are several things that we look at. One is humility. The second is collaboration. We want to see people create the impact to change the status quo, to live in a better, to live together in a better place. There is empathy. We want people to emphasize to customers, to users, to each other in the company. And there is a big thing about learning, what people learn, how they develop themselves, what they learn from like whatever situations they got into, what they learn from customers constantly, and how they can apply those learnings. These are kind of major things that we look at when we hire people.
You mentioned trust, and I think in the kind of the soul of this question is you move from 200 to 700 people, you want to go to 1,200 people. How do you quickly develop trust with someone you've worked with for like 3 months, as an example?
So you have to be very kind of candid with that person. You have to be very vulnerable with that person. So it all starts with you, and I'm trying to be as vulnerable as possible with people who joins me in the journey. And what really helps to build trust is a feedback culture. So whatever happens, like good or bad, you have to share that feedback. And more feedback you share with each other, the more trust you have, because it's hard, but it connects you. It allows you to get through some complex situations and to discuss those situations, and that creates trust, like putting layer on layer to get to know better each other.